The Haunting at Willow Lake. Skeptical by nature, I had always dismissed ghost stories as flights of fancy or products of overactive imaginations. The idea of restless spirits trapped between the realms of the living and the dead seemed more suitable for fiction than reality. That was until I decided to spend a week at the secluded cabin by the Willow Lake. The cabin was the very definition of rustic charm, nestled deep within the heart of a dense, ancient forest. It was the kind of place you'd expect to see in a postcard, peaceful, serene, and surrounded by the untouched beauty of nature. At first, I relished the idea of a quiet retreat, a break from the chaos and noise of city life. Little did I know that this picturesque setting would become the stage for the most harrowing and inexplicable experience of my life. The first night at the cabin started innocently enough. The moon hung low in the sky, casting an eerie glow over the tranquil waters of Willow Lake. Lying in bed, I heard it. Faint laughter, drifting through the stillness of the night. I dismiss it as my overactive imagination, attributing the sounds to the rustling leaves and the gentle lapping of the lake against the shore. However, as minutes turned into hours, the laughter grew louder and more distinct, invading my thoughts like an insistent whisper. Not able to resist its pull, I ventured outside, my curiosity battling my growing unease. The ethereal voices, reminiscent of children at play, seemed to beckon me toward the lake's edge. The moonlight revealed the silhouette of children dancing in the distance, their laughter becoming increasingly chilling as it reverberated through the night. I watched, transfixed and unnerved. The children's faces became clearer in the moonlight. Their eyes were hollow, devoid of life, and their laughter sounded more like a mournful lament than the carefree joy of youth. Panic surged through me, and I stumbled backward, retreating into the cabin. The following days blurred together in a haze of an inexplicable occurrence. Things at the cabin moved of their own volition. Whispers echoed through the cabin's narrow hallways, and the air grew frigid even in the midst of summer. The laughter continued, relentless and unyielding, like a taunting specter. Each night, as the moon hung low, the children would reappear by the lake. Their gaunt faces and empty eyes haunted my every thought. They beckoned to me, their voices a haunting melody that refused to let me rest. I attempted to leave the cabin and its horrors behind, but the forest seemed to conspire against me, becoming a labyrinth designed to keep me ensnared in its clutches. My sleepless nights took a toll on my sanity. I began to see apparitions in every shadow, and the insistent laughter followed me even in my waking hours. I knew I had to uncover the truth, to unravel the mystery that held me captive. One night, driven by desperation and unrelenting curiosity, I ventured out to confront the children by the lake once more, their faces twisted into grotesque masks of agony as they reached out toward me. One by one, they whispered their stories, Tales of tragedy and loss that bound them to this place. They told me of a cruel game they had played, a game that had ended in their deaths by drowning in the very lake before us. Their souls had never found peace. They had become trapped in a nightmarish cycle of torment, living their final moments for all eternity. The children's eyes pleaded for release, their voices a symphony of anguish. Desperation overcame me, and I understood what I had to do. My steps trembled. I waded into the cold waters of Willow Lake, each step heavier than the last. The children's cries grew louder, a chorus of torment that threatened to consume me. As I reached the center of the lake, I felt icy hands pulling me under, the weight of their sorrow dragging me down. In that moment, I understood their pain, their need for redemption. With a final gasp, I willingly joined them in the depths of the lake, offering my own soul as a sacrifice to break the cycle of suffering. Now, I am one of them, forever trapped in the haunting at Willow Lake. If you ever find yourself drawn to this remote cabin, beware the laughter by the lake, for the spirits that dwell there will not rest until they claim your soul and add it to their eternal chorus of despair. The cabin, once a haven of serenity, now stands as a monument to the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of our world, a darkness that, once awakened, can never be silenced.